TMF belt holder, Max Bless Holloway, making a run for his 30th in. Historically great efforts on so many big stages. Now we find out if he can do one of the hardest things to do in MMA, lose a title and regain.
Especially after this amount of time. Max Bless Holloway. Max Holloway has improved time and time again, and it's hard when you have watched this man since he was 20 years old fight inside the octagon. He never gives you the sense he is still evolving. After all this time is very special. He is one of the best boxers that I've ever seen in the octagon. And part of that is due to the fact that his footwork and his movement is as good as his solely on becoming the world champion again.
And you know, the thing that's really going to be a weapon for Max is his versatility inside the octagon. Not necessarily with his grappling, but with his striking. I think we've seen an improved power from him as well. But I think it's the ability to use his kicks, cut angles, switch stances. He's going to give ILIA problems that he's not going to just stay in one position and one stance with big powerful punches. Max is always moving, using kicks, he can spin. I think he's got a more well-rounded MMA striking style. Maybe not as powerful pound for pound as ILIA is, but my goodness, his ability. And he mirrors the image of his egoless team. They do not scream from the rooftops nor look for credit. But to Michael Nakagawa, Ivan Flores, Rylan Lazarus, who wrestled at Oregon State, Jordan, and they have evolved, right? They reintroduced sparring a couple of fights ago.
And
this team is awesome.
He's lucky to take a bow. At some point, we got to give Max Holloway's team credit for creating one of the best fighters in the world and doing it to 5-pounders. And he finds himself time and time again in big fight after big fight. Take a bow, boys. John and I and Paul want to give you a little bit of credit. You deserve it. Champion ILIA 7-0 in the UFC, and he is probably ubiquitously regarded as the most well-rounded featherweight in the world right now. And when a lot of this roster gets probed as to who has the highest fight IQ in the game, a lot of TOPURIA is special, John. It was apparent from the time he stepped foot in that octagon. I remember calling his debut and thinking, oh my God, this kid's so good on the ground. This kid's such a good submission threat. But it was apparent he then just started showcasing that more than any of his other weapons. But do not forget how well-rounded ILIA is and how well he sets traps with his boxing and striking. You know, you go watch some of ILIA TOPURIA and his pad work that he does with his team. He rotates his whole body into everything that he throws. And one of his major weapons is his ability to push his opponent to the outskirts of the... As you want, if you can't fight, it does not matter. This man can fight. And look, you can tell that it's resonating with the fans. Listen to the pop that this man hit. Gosh, when he hit the curtain tonight, I mean, he will go to a level that he probably couldn't even imagine.
And to have a mentality for fighting this forged at 27 is among the many impressive things we can say about the now featherweight standard in Spain and Georgia. Moved to the nation of Georgia at 7 years of age, where he started Greco-Roman wrestling. He had already been training jiu-jitsu with his father, dating to 4 years of age. And with all his, he is set to make a major statement tonight in title defense number 1 at the expense of Max Bless Holloway. And the Georgian connection, his teeth, there is the Twalish Hook. Ladies and gentlemen, wait is here for the main event delegate presented by Big James. Be better, earn rewards more sustainable. Favorite tonight is 27, Max Holloway 32. Holloway the taller man by 4 inches. There is no reach advantage for Max Holloway tonight. All right, now for the intros. Here's first one. And this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the UAE Mixed Martial Artists and Octagon Sidearm, Mike Bell, Ben Cartlidge, and David Letheby. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Mark Goddard. This Black Ops dive into a 90s spy thriller and best-in-class multi
Flair, available now. And by the Carpenter, the King of the Ring, November 1st. For those in attendance around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the sold-out and Abu Dhabi. It's time! Round for the undisputed UFC Featherweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 26 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. USA, presenting the former UFC Featherweight Champion and the number 2 ranked UFC Featherweight Challenger, the pride of Hawaii, Max Bliss Holloway. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, an undefeated mixed martial artist, holding a perfect professional record, 15 wins, 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Alicante, Spain, presenting the reigning disputed UFC Featherweight Champion of the World, ILIA, the Megatron.
Hey gentlemen, you listen. Please listen to me. When I tell you to stop, you stop.
No words need be spoken. Five rounds if needed for the undisputed UFC. Max Holloway does not engage with the early point down.
Very smart by Max Holloway not to do that. TOPURIA has way too much power early.
I think chokes on the right. TOPURIA is in the red and gold.
Watch how ILIA takes his time. Lots of different weapons. Using those kicks, staying in his range.
A lot of range is what Max Holloway should do. Staying far away from TOPURIA, trying to pop at him. And TOPURIA.
A lot of front kicks and body kicks from Holloway early. Nice jab there by Max on the way up.
TOPURIA's big power and tremendous boxing.
Tremendous jab and that right hand of TOPURIA is an absolute piston.
Max is going to have to make.
Early shot from TOPURIA now.
Wow.
Made it look easy.
That's not something we see a lot against Max Holloway. Max Holloway does a real job of getting into his hips and not giving him an opportunity to defend.
Well, now what ILIA is doing, even if Max does get back up to his feet, is now Max has to worry about that, which opens up opportunities for ILIA to feint. He can rip the body. The guard's going to get tight for a takedown defense, and ILIA can start working his boxing.
Max can't let his hands start dropping.
Max doing a good job with his kicks, though.
Good connection by Holloway with that lead hand.
Max has got a good jab, especially when you start to come into him, because he can create space and distance while still throwing that punch. And if you're fighting a guy with a good jab like Holloway has, you can time outside leg kicks. It can be a very effective weapon.
Some swelling under the right eye of TOPURIA already.
Into his boxing range. Attacking that calf. We've seen Max get hit with some kicks before against Alexander Volkanovski.
Outstanding combination a moment ago by TOPURIA. Back to work on the jab now.
Very smart approach by TOPURIA with these outside leg kicks. One of Max's greatest weapons is his footwork. If you beat up that lead leg, you really limit how he can move.
Holloway remaining committed to that front kick.
And Max can switch stances, so
No, he can't.
switch southpaw. He hasn't yet, though.
not touching that lead later. Topuria just sticking that limb out there.
I'd imagine he's not going southpaws on because of that right hand.
That's what Max got to do. From range, just pop that jab. Put the jab on Topuria and hopefully land something that gets you some respect.
Great start for the
He's having trouble getting in his range. He's swinging heavy, but he's missing a lot.
Topuria had that one big combination, a couple big right hands. Take down with Holloway starting to really find his groove here.
Either way, it connected. There's that midpoint jab from Holloway, and now
Holloway's busting him up with
Yes,
the jab.
he is. That jab is going to be very important for Max.
Looks like maybe an entanglement of the legs towards the end of round.
I think those outside kicks and takedowns are going to be very important for ILIA.
And once again, that Holloway jab being heard from early round 2. Oh, it's a cracking right now from the challenger.
Boxing exchanges.
Well, he's always said he's the best boxer in the UFC. Part of that is because his size for the weight class.
Yeah, the more Max starts to put these combos in Ilia's face, he's going to start ticking away even. And Ilia wanted to knock him out so bad, he starts swinging to KO him. He's going to extend himself, leave himself open for these counter shots from Max.
Holloway picking his spots. That's a good tweet there from Nazim Sadikov, one of our fighters, suggesting that both of these guys are making the other one particularly vulnerable.
Really evenly matched fight. Right now, these guys are evenly matched. Topuria, though. Remember, Topuria takes one. He can shut your lights off.
The judges did not have the benefit. That was a knockdown. Perhaps it could have affected their cards in round 1.
Solid kick there from Topuria.
And that right hand comes and weaves.
He's the shorter opponent as it is.
Wobble from Holloway.
I mean, I don't think Max has ever even been knocked down.
Max has got to find a way to check some of these kicks. Oh, no.
Oh, good connection by Holloway. What a round.
Topuria doesn't stop moving his head off the line. And Max is in contact.
Topuria really trying to get that power coming now.
Topuria hasn't gone to the body yet against Max.
No.
Maybe a little jab, body jabs here and there. Only 3 body shots from Topuria. A lot of leg kicks.
And that's one of his greatest punches. He cannot headhunt.
There it is.
Nice roll with that shot, yeah. Having a hard time picking up who this crowd's actually rooting for.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
And again, Topuria making an investment in that lead leg of Holloway.
Gets a right hand in there.
It's the ebbs and flows of the round. Topuria generally starts very fast. And Holloway's been working his way back into the rounds at the end of them.
Holloway has thrown nearly 200 strikes already. Much to look at. Right back to the well with the body shot for Max.
I mean, we're 2 rounds in. He's like playing on the nice right hand by ILIA. He's like playing on a video game where you just butt mash the whole time.
That was a nice attack on that lead leg by Holloway.
Oh,
Max is eating though.
he's eating those shots. And that's what we've learned about Max. Been knocked out once by Dustin, maybe?
Beautiful spinning body kick right to the
Big
target.
body kick. Exactly what we expected. Great fight.
Breathe. Here you go.
Woo! Deep breath fighting short.
Early round 3. So in many respects, it has been power over for Ilya.
Yes, the bigger moments, but the volume, the activity has gone to Max Holloway to this point. Oh. And these dudes, when they come together, they very close.
Now Max is southpaw. Switches back.
Another flooding leg kick from Topuria. Alexander with Holloway.
Nice little scooping uppercut there from Topuria, and he goes right back to the calf.
Oh.
Pretty good hand movement there by the champ. Oh, huge right now for Topuria.
And Max has got a chin on him.
But he was hurt. That's the first time I've seen stuff like that.
But Ilya's got to be careful that he doesn't punch himself out.
This dude at 145.
My God, dude. Oh, my goodness.
The standard 145-pound charge at the Spaniard El Matador, Ilya Topuria.
It took him some time. It took him some time to find that power in that range. But, man, when he finds it, he lets those hands along the fence.
Yeah, every time. I mean, this guy, I don't know if we've seen power at 145 like this. Jose Aldo was tremendous, but he didn't have this, maybe.
Yeah.
Was the only guy at 145 that could punch like this.
And a lot of people analytically have been pointing to these Ilya Topuria knockouts outside of that black line towards all but guaranteed that he would be the first man to knock out Max Holloway. And man, did he deliver.
Absolutely. I mean, he just kept that pressure on. He stayed smart. Saying hi to everybody.
Wow. This guy.
That's a graceful champion, too. I think at times maybe his self-belief and confidence has been misinterpreted. And Joe Rogan has said repeatedly, Ilya Topuria believed that he was the best in the world way before he got the opportunity. And once he has gotten the opportunity in 2024, Volkanovski and now Holloway in the rearview mirror.
Just an unbelievable job.
From Ilya Topuria to Max Holloway, ever gracious in victory. Wow.
All right, let's see the shot that hurts Max to start this off. He slaps to set up this big. Max really wobbled, really dazed. You see him stagger back, and here is where Ilya just starts to get to work. He notices, oh, that left hook. Oh, my God, that's where he puts him down. And then just sees that clean, perfect rotation. That's what makes this kid special, John.
I feel like if he wanted to be a shortstop in Major League Baseball, might have been able to do that, right? I believe he's the best athlete in this division, and
Yeah, he's incredible. I mean, to do that, Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway. You want to talk about starting your title run off in fashion?
of weaknesses for Ilya Topuria, but at 27 years old, all he talks about is development, right, and refining his skills. This guy's one of the best jiu-jitsu.
Chance to show it off.
And there's his brother, Alexander Topuria, who will soon make his UFC debut. Little cup of tea, but to the Clement Club, firmly on the mat. And Diego equation. All right, the official decision is brought to you by Hart Tools, with over 800 quality tools to maintain your home, yard, and car. Available at Walmart one final time tonight.
Referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 34 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout and the UFC undisputed featherweight champion of the world, ILIA, the Matador.
I'm here with Ilya Topuria. Ilya, you said you would be the first person to knock Max Holloway.
First thing I want to say is thanks to God. Everything belongs to Him. He gives me everything I have in my life, so thanks to God. Wow, I don't know what to say, to be honest. It's something God, I can't even believe it, you know. I just followed His entire career. He inspired me so much in my career. He's been a great example for the generation. I hope I'm going to be a small portion of the example he has been for me, for the new generation, so all the praise to Max Holloway.
ILIA, we had the moment it was announced, and it was. Let's take a look at the fight here. You guys were going tit for tat, but it always felt like you were just a moment away from landing something big, and it was this right hand that got Max hurt, and then the left hook that finished the fight.
I caught you with many punches, but exactly with that right hand, I felt it. I just saw it in his face. It started that often in Max Holloway that he makes that back, so I felt that. My brother keep pushing, keep putting the pressure on him. This is what I did, and finally